Hello everybody, welcome to Steve McDonald's Arts and Crafts, and today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you how to clean up after you've been doing resin to give yourself a lovely work area that's really clean, how to clean up your tools easily, how to clean up pipettes, your jugs, so that everything's ready and you don't have to throw things away. I've already made this video about a year and a half ago, but since then I've kind of changed the ways I do things and I've learned more things, so this is a bit of a more improved video. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and knock that notification bell as well so you get notified when my videos are coming out. You don't want to miss out. Everything that I use as well is quite simple, can be found around the house, or if you can't find it around the house, then I have put the links to everything that I'll use in the description below. Just click on those links, because there's nothing better than coming into your studio or wherever you're working and you've got a nice clean area to work from, and when you finish that you can easily just clean everything up and just get on with your day. One of the most important things to have is baby wipes, and I use the Huggies baby wipes, and as you can see I'm cleaning these popsicle sticks, and the small bit of resin that's on there will actually seal them as well. These are used yogurt pots, and I use these an awful lot. I clean out using the baby wipes, and it cleans them out really easily. Even though the resin that's in there is a little bit sticky, it's much better than trying to let it cure up and then having to pick it out or go in it with some tape. And as you can see, this has cleaned this up in a matter of a few seconds, and now it's spotless and ready to use again. And I do that as well with silicone jugs. Clean them before the resin hardens, and it's life's so much easier. The other thing is I always work on a silicone mat, because that, I think, allows us to keep our area a lot cleaner than we would normally. I spray it with a little bit of water and washing up liquid, and then again I use a baby wipe to clean off the sticky resin, pushing it, like as you can see, to one side, and it will just come off and your mat will be clean. Again, it's much easier than trying to let it dry, pick it off, and then go over it with some sticky tape. Once I've got all the resin off that I need to get off, then I just give it a good rub over, and then use a paper towel, kitchen towel, whatever you've got handy, to dry it off. And as you can see, it's spotless. And again, I use the same method on my silicone tools. They just take a quick wipe over. Again, much easier than waiting after the resin is cured. As you can see, I've mixed up quite a lot of resin in this large silicone jug, and I used to just leave them to dry and then crack it off, try and turn it inside out, go over it with tape. It used to take me ages, but now literally with 2 baby wipes, I just go in, rub it till it's absolutely spotlessly clean, go around all the edges where I think I may have had resin, give it a good wipe, and then dry it off. And what you'll find is it will come up again spotless, as you can see, ready to use next time. These baby wipes are an absolute godsend. I also clean all my gloves after I've used them, going in between all the fingers and around anywhere that I might have resin. There we go, they're spotlessly clean. I take them off and I reuse the gloves. Now, these brittle shot glasses that you use, they're made of a brittle plastic. They clean up just as well, but they've got a little ridge around the bottom. So all I do is I get a stick, use that stick and move all the resin that's in there and get it out that way. Really, again, lovely and easy, nice and simple, and you've got a clean, reusable shot glass. So I finally worked out how to clean out pipettes to be able to reuse them. And as you'll see, this works really easily, and it's actually quite simple. So I don't know why I didn't think of this before. So what I've been doing is I've been squeezing out the actual resin so there's none left in it. And then I'm laying them on their sides or up like this to allow the resin to cure. And then once it's cured, what I found is all I need to do, put a bit of paper down, it's easier, it doesn't move about, is roll the actual pipette, and all the resin just breaks off the side, and then I just pop it into some water, suck some water up, and it gets rid of it. Now, that's quite a large pipette, because that one I've cut the ends off because I used it because I needed quite a lot. But if you want the little fine ones like this one, I had some white resin in that, as you can see. So I'm just going to rub it down, roll it up, crack all the resin off the sides of it, fill it with water, like so, give it a bit of a shake, squeeze the water out of it, and then leave it in there to soak for about 10-15 minutes, and it cleans the pipettes lovely. Let them dry, hang them upside down like this. I just put them in a plastic beer mug, let them like that, all the water runs out, and they're good to go. There's another one. Now, this one, I obviously didn't squeeze out the resin enough because there's a bit stuck in the end there. But I'm not going to waste this whole pipette because I do use some quite larger ones. All I'm going to do is cut that end off there like that, rub it between my hands, get all the resin to crack off. Look, you can see it's all accumulated in the end there. Drop it upside down, get some of it out. Suck some water into it, and you can use them over and over again. I'm so excited about this because I've been keeping all my pipettes that I've been using, and I was going to use them in a project or something, but now I can just clean them out, chuck them in this water, leave them, and then give them all a good clean in one go. So there we go. I'll show you what one looks like. It's not been soaking in there for as long as I normally would have it, but this is one of the thinner ones, and this is just warm soapy water. I've just used normal dish soap. And that one now, once all those bubbles have gone, I'll just leave it in there like that. Those bubbles will just go, and I'll be able to use that pipette again. Simple, much easier than trying to fill them with alcohol or acetate. This is just works, and I've been doing it now for about a week or so. I'm really pleased with it, and I've found that I've not got any mess left in my pipettes. All in my little pot. Oh, look, apart from that one, all in my little pot, gonna work lovely. So now the silicone mat's all clean, everything's all clean, and it's all ready to use again. What I do is every, I don't know, few weeks, I change the top of the brown paper that is under my silicone mat. And the reason I have that there is because if not, because I've got a wooden table, these lumps of resin here, for instance, would stick to the wood, and then it creates quite an uneven surface, and if you scrape them off, they often just pull off the wood as well with it. So I do use just normal brown paper. I'll put the link to this in the description, but if you want to use something else, you can use wax paper, and wax paper works really well because resin doesn't stick to wax paper at all. The only reason I don't use it is because I change this paper quite often, every couple of weeks, and wax paper is actually quite expensive. And I'm mean. Well, I'm not mean, I'm just careful. So as you can see, that bit just pulls up because the brown paper doesn't stick to it. And now I haven't got any lumps or bumps of resin on the actual table, and I've got a smooth finish. I then just give it a quick spray to get rid of any dusty bits or anything, and to give it a bit of a clean. And that's just washing up liquid in water that I always have in the studio, and then I just go over it with some kitchen roll, and if there's any bits on it that I'm really not happy about being there, I just take one of my plastic palette knives, this one normally, and I just gently scrape it off. I don't want to lift the wood up, and it is easy to lift the wood up if you're not careful, but with the paper underneath it, it does just come away. I love it. It's like getting into a new made bed, coming into the studio and working on a really clean surface as well. Then I just unwind it, and I have the non-shiny side facing up, purely because it's easier for me. There's not such a bad reflection. Take my craft knife, cut it off to the length that I want. Now, I wouldn't suggest you do this if you're working on your dining room table in the house. Cut it off because you will leave a mark. I'd cut it first, but I would definitely cover it. I would probably cover it first with a plastic tablecloth, which is made out of this type of plastic, and then some paper over the top of it. And that way you should protect your work area. And they are really quite reasonably priced. I'll link those in the bottom as well. So I just take this down using a bit of masking tape onto the brown paper and onto the surface, and I try and flatten out as many wrinkles as I possibly can. Wish I could do that on my face, and tape it down again, so I don't want any lumpy bits. Perhaps I should wear this on my face. Once that's all taped down, making sure your surface is dry before you try and tape it down, because masking tape will not stick to a wet or dusty surface. Then I just put my clean mat back on, and I'm ready to go. And it's lovely having a nice clean area. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I have lots of tips and tricks, projects and experiments on this channel. Just like to say a big thank you to all my members whose names are coming up next. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee to say thank you for everything that I do and all the tips and tricks I give, I really do appreciate it. All the links are in the description, along with all the my affiliate links to all the products and things that I use. Check out the video that's coming up next at the end, and that video will be on how to clean sticky resin out of a mold if it hasn't cured. Enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.